Jasmine Crockett has once again said something that, according to the Republicans, she's not allowed to say. Take a look.
Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of. Okay, we know that. Yes, he is. But in a functioning democracy, he still would not be able to get away with this. But he's been able to get away with this because the House Republicans are complicit. He's been able to get away with this because Senate Republicans are complicit. But most importantly, the courts, especially the Supreme Court, is complicit.
Jasmine Crockett is objectively right there in what she says. Donald Trump is a piece of S. I can't say it any more than she was. We'll get in trouble. But she's totally right. She's objectively right. And I'm not even talking about politically necessarily, although we could definitely go into that. Just in terms of his quality as a person, nobody in America, no Republican or whatever, would accept how garbage he is from anyone else they know. If you had a guy that was constantly shirking responsibility, cheating on his wife, assaulting people, you wouldn't accept it. You wouldn't accept it. He is a garbage person through and through. He is the definition of what the worst thing an American can be. He's also terrible politically, so she's just objectively right. Now, she did go on to make political points there, and she's gonna have even more that we're gonna show for you. But the right has to jump out performatively to be so aggressive. How could she use language like that? I'm not gonna pay attention to the point she was making. I'm not going to actually engage with that because she's objectively right. No, but the language. You have to be nice to Donald Trump. I mean, he's always been so nice to you and to everyone else. And so Kyle Becker goes to Twitter. Jasmine Crockett has absolutely lost her mind. Has she? Is that? My God, you people are triggered easily. She called him a piece of S. Have you never heard that before? That's not losing your mind. Conservative brief, Crockett has lost it. Here's Democratic Rep Jasmine Crockett, who wants to be the new face of the party, getting more unhinged while showing clear signs of Trump derangement syndrome that prevents her from wearing decent clothes. And oh boy, were they focused on her clothes there. Myrna says, Crockett just called President Trump a piece of S. Tell me she is not ghetto. You see, the way she's dressed, but in particular, the language she used is unacceptable. That is ghetto talk, and we're not gonna allow it. Myrna's not gonna allow it, except when she herself uses it, like when she said to Senator Warren, you lying piece of S. Well, Myrna, tell me you're not ghetto, I guess. But again, different standards. Jasmine Crockett's a woman of color, and so we get to just besmirch her name based on the sort of stuff that we find totally acceptable when lighter skinned people do it. And so that's true with the language. Donald Trump has called entire countries pieces of S. Were they crying on Twitter over that? I don't remember it. He's certainly attacked individuals. He's attacked Senator Warren, who Myrna is attacking right there. And can we show like a couple seconds of that video again to remind people of what is unacceptable in terms of attire? Apologies to the Biden.
Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of. Okay, we know that. Yes, he is.
Yeah, no, I know that like her knees are showing. She's literally wearing a blazer. How ridiculous are these people when they're like, okay, there's this goddamn black woman and I really want to call her ghetto, but like, she's not giving me anything. I saw a knee. I saw 2 knees. That's ghetto. Insane, absolutely insane. And by the way, when Myrna lost her mind, a great producer's note here. When Myrna lost her mind about Senator Warren there, it was about Senator Warren pointing out that Musk had seized control of the federal payment system. It was true. So Myrna was just freaking out again about something that was true, which I guess for some of these people is a genre because they're freaking out about Jasmine Crockett and everything that she said there is true as well. But that, as I said, she had other comments. Let's jump to those.
We need to have some real guardrails around this Supreme Court because the Supreme Court has paved the way for half the stuff that we see that's going on. One of the places that we have to start is they are the highest court in the land and they have no ethics guardrails. Now you go down to the lower courts and they do. How much sense does that make? When we know that they're taking money, we have the paper trail and they refuse to put guardrails on themselves. So it's time for us to do it for them.
I don't understand what her problem is. Yes, there's no ethics requirements for the Supreme Court, but at lower levels, there are. It's like that famous quote, with great power comes less responsibility. I always thought it was weird. I must have been drinking. Anyway, yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. And again, can you actually counter what she's saying? If you can, then go on Twitter and freak out, okay? And attack her for saying something that's untrue or unwise or beside the point or whatever. But every one of the points she's making is true, including the piece of S point. Let's be clear about that. But yeah, all of these different sections of our government are complicit with what Donald Trump is doing. And that is an important lesson, not only for Democrats. She's at a MoveOn.org thing. She's trying to get people fired up. It's also important for the Republicans to know, because if he can cow all of these other branches of government, you know that a Democrat could do it too, right? We could pack the court. We could fill it with ideologues like you guys have. Would you like that? She's trying to educate you as well.